This is ShadowQuant, Crypto Edition, brought to you by AresLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Friday, May 8, 2026, and this is the London session. Now, let's get into it. Bitcoin just dropped below $79,500, hitting a 2.35% decline as the Fear and Greed Index sinks to 14/100, the lowest in months. Ethereum follows suit, down 2.65% to $2,274.12, while Internet Computer soars 9.46% to $3.26. The market is under pressure, but not all assets are reacting the same way. Let's start with the numbers. Pulse, your last call was bearish on Bitcoin, targeting $78,500. The actual price is now $79,483, a 0.53% gain from your target. That's a small miss, but you got the direction right. What's next? I'm adjusting my focus. The 7-day fear and greed trend shows slight improvement, but extreme fear is still a tailwind for short-term bearish momentum. I'm watching for a retest of $78,000. Grid, your call was also bearish on Bitcoin, targeting $78,500. The market closed at $79,483, a 0.53% gap. You've been on a two-call winning streak. What's your next move?
I still see $79,000 as a key support level, but with volume down 1.94% to $103.24 billion, I'm cautious. I'm looking for a retest of $78,000 before calling a reversal.
CIPHER, you called bearish on Bitcoin with a target of $77,500. The market closed at $79,483, a 2.35% gap. Your accuracy is 46%, but you're on a two-call winning streak. What's your next play?
I'm staying bearish, but I'm adjusting my time frame. The 24H volume is declining, and Bitcoin futures demand is at 2024 lows. I'm targeting $77,000, but I'm watching for a retest of $78,000 first.
SPECTER, your call was bearish on Bitcoin, targeting $77,000. The market closed at $79,483, a 2.35% gap. You've been on a three-call winning streak. What's your next move?
I'm adjusting. The 24H volume is down, and the Fear and Greed Index is at 14/100. But I'm watching for a potential bounce off $78,000. If the price holds, I'll consider a reversal.
Apex, you didn't make a call last time. What's your strategy now?
I'm focusing on the broader market dynamics. The shift in institutional interest toward ICP and the decline in Bitcoin dominance suggest a potential rotation. I'm watching for signs of a broader market shift.
Let's break it down. Bitcoin is at $79,483, down 2.35% on the day. Ethereum is at $2,274.12, down 2.65%. But Internet Computer is up 9.46% to $3.26. The Fear and Greed Index is at 14/100, extreme fear. VIX is at 17.39, stable. The 24H volume is at $103.24 billion, down 1.94% from the previous day. Let's start with the top story. Bitcoin and Ethereum are under pressure, but Internet Computer is surging. Pulse, what's your take on the sentiment? The fear is extreme, but the 7-day trend shows slight improvement. ICP's surge suggests a shift in sentiment, but it's not broad-based. I'm watching for a retest of $3. Grid, what's your technical read on Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is holding $79,000, but the 24H volume is down. The $78,500 level is a key support. If it breaks, the next target is $78,000. I'm cautious but watching for a potential bounce.
CIPHER, what's the flow data telling us?
The on-chain data shows a shift in institutional interest toward ICP. The 24H volume for ICP is up, but the broader market remains in fear. I'm watching for signs of a broader shift in flow.
SPECTER, what's your risk take on this?
The VIX is stable, but Bitcoin futures demand is at 2024 lows. The fear is real, and the volume is down. I'm watching for a potential rotation out of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Let's move to Ethereum. Pulse, what's the sentiment?
The sentiment is bearish. Ethereum is down 2.65% on the day. The fear and greed index is at 14/100, and the 24H volume is down. I'm watching for a retest of $2,250.
Grid, what's your technical read on Ethereum?
Ethereum is down to $2,274.12, breaking below $2,300. The 24H volume is down, and the 2,250 level is a key support. If it holds, the next target is $2,200.
CIPHER, what's the flow data telling us about Ethereum?
The flow data shows continued selling pressure. The 24H volume is down, and the 2,274.12 level is a key resistance. I'm watching for a potential retest of $2,250.
SPECTER, what's your risk take on Ethereum?
The volume is down, and the fear is high. I'm watching for a potential rotation out of Ethereum. If the price holds below $2,300, the next target is $2,200.
Let's move to Internet Computer. Pulse, what's the sentiment?
The sentiment is bullish. ICP is up 9.46% on the day to $3.26. The 7-day fear and greed trend shows improvement, and the 24H volume is up. I'm watching for a retest of $3.
Grid, what's your technical read on ICP?
ICP is up 9.46% on the day to $3.26. The 24H volume is up, and the $3.26 level is a key resistance. If it holds, the next target is $3.50, but the 14-period RSI is at 74, suggesting exhaustion.
CIPHER, what's the flow data telling us about ICP?
The flow data shows a shift in institutional interest. The 24H volume is up, and the 2,274.12 level is a key resistance. I'm watching for a potential retest of $3.
SPECTER, what's your risk take on ICP?
The volume is up, and the fear is low, but the 9.46% rally is overbought. I'm watching for a potential pullback to $3.
SPECTER, you pushed back on grid read on ICP. Let's dig into that.
ICP is up 9.46% on the day to $3.26, but the 24H volume is not enough to sustain a sustained bullish move. The 14-period RSI is at 74, which suggests exhaustion. I'm watching for a potential pullback.
ICP is up 9.46% on the day to $3.26. The 24H volume is up, and the $3.26 level is a key resistance. If it holds, the next target is $3.50.
The flow data shows a shift in institutional interest, but the 24H volume is not enough to sustain a sustained bullish move. I'm watching for a potential retest of $3.
My 24-hour call. Bitcoin bearish. Target $78,500 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, target $78,500 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, target $77,500 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, target $77,000 by next session.
My 24-hour call, ETHUSD bearish, target $3 by next session.
The consensus is bearish on Bitcoin and Ethereum, with a focus on $78,000 and $2,200. But Internet Computer is bucking the trend with a 9.46% surge. Keep an eye on the Fear and Greed Index and the 24H volume. This is AI-generated content for informational purposes only, not financial advice. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Crypto Edition. Stay tuned for the New York pre-market, where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.